Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
63-year-old Pennsylvania resident James Rahm Jr. took part in the attack on the U.S. Capitol along with his adult son, James Rahm III. And on the night of January 5th, Rahm posted on Facebook that he was, quote, hanging out with the Proud Boys. On January 6th, prior to entering the Capitol, Rahm posted again on Facebook. This time he wrote, quote, they're in there counting the electoral votes. We have the building surrounded. We're ready to make a breach and take our Capitol back. That right there is the money post for prosecutors, just so you know. That's what took this case from a misdemeanor case to a felony case, because it proved that Rahm intended to stop the certification of the votes. And Rahm was seen and heard in a video. He was in a crowd yelling, quote, I think we stopped the vote. And that, of course, elicited cheers from the mob. And Rahm continued to incriminate himself. He recorded a video in which he said, quote, we broke the door down. We're going in. My eyes hurt like shit from the pepper spray, but we're going in. A short time later, Capitol doors were breached by a member of the mob, and Rahm illegally entered the Capitol building. He made his way into Statuary Hall, where he recorded another damning video. In this video, Rahm stated, quote, we're in. We're taking our fucking house back. We're here. Time to find some brass and kick some friggin' ass. And Rahm continued to tattle on himself and others. Even after he exited the Capitol, he posted a selfie on Facebook and he wrote, quote, do not believe the media. There were no anarchists, no Antifa, just patriots trying to take our country back. Yes, I was there. The pepper spray is just wearing off. And after someone commented on his post asking if he was okay, Rahm replied, quote, riot shields and pepper spray never hurt anyone, did they? Home alive, history made. I walked right through Pelosi's office. I should have shit on her chair. That was followed by 3 laughing, crying emojis. Then he tried to justify his actions. He was talking with another person via text, I think it was, and he said, quote, from my experience, it was patriots trying to take our house back. Nobody burned anything. Nobody broke anything except for a door in the window. All the papers running all over in the offices were done for news cameras. We destroyed nothing. We didn't knock over one piece of paper, only the front door. We, the people, tried to take our house back. Now they will blame it on Trump. Disgusting anti-Americans. Yeah, they're the anti-Americans. So Rahm was pretty proud of his actions. And yet when the FBI interviewed him about a month later, he denied entering the Capitol. He said that he just made it to the steps, but he never went in. And when the agents informed him, you know, we have some video evidence that refutes that story that you're telling there. Then he changed his story and he said he was pushed inside by the crowd. Yeah. So weak these people become, just pushed in, just, you know, such a waif of a person. And then he said, but I exited. As soon as I found an exit, I left, you know, after he walked around for a while, half hour. Of course, the video evidence and his words, his writings on social media, it all proves otherwise. But apparently, Rahm really wanted the agents to know he's a career criminal because he told the FBI agents that in the 1980s, he was a drug dealer. He admitted to bribing a judge after being arrested for smuggling weed into the U.S. from Mexico. And he bragged all about the money that he made. You know, he was so wealthy from smuggling large quantities of drugs into the U.S. from Mexico. So you're not going to be surprised to hear that Rahm has a rap sheet dating back to 1977. His convictions include charges for controlled substances, of course, but also breaking and entering, assault. And despite being a convicted felon, the FBI found photos on Rahm's phone showing him with a gun. As I always say, Trump's not sending his best. When Trump sends his people, he's not sending his best. They're bringing crime, they're bringing drugs, and some, I assume, are good people. So Rahm was arrested on February 5th of 2021, and in a superseding indictment, he was charged with obstructing an official proceeding, entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. Unlike most others, Rahm refused a plea deal. He made the very unwise decision to opt for a bench trial, and in October of 2022, Rahm, as you probably have guessed, was found guilty on all counts. Based on the felony obstruction charge, he was facing up to 20 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. However, the prosecutor requested only 21 months in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. Rahm's attorney argued for probation only, as typical, and they told the judge that Rahm has already suffered consequences. He said that Rahm's construction company lost almost all of its clients due to his involvement in the Capitol attack, and they pointed to Trump and the media as the impetus for Rahm's behavior. U.S. District Judge Thomas Hogan presided over Rahm's case, and he's an old school law and order Bush appointee. He abhors what took place at the Capitol. So I have to say I was a bit surprised by his final decision in this case. I couldn't locate any details about what may have been said in court and the reasoning behind his decision, but Judge Hogan sentenced Rahm to only 1 year in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. He actually gave Rahm 1 year for the obstruction charge, 1 year for 2 misdemeanors, and then 6 months for a 3rd misdemeanor, but he ordered that the terms be served concurrently. So there you go. As I said, I'm pretty shocked given Judge Hogan's previous decisions and, the crimes in this case, and the fact that this guy went to trial, was convicted on everything. I really believe that Rahm was going to get at least 2 years. Even when people accept a plea for the obstruction charge, they typically get 3 to 4 years. Even if there's no violence, nothing major that occurred. So I really thought that, he'd get maybe a little shaved off of that. What the typical is 3 to 4 years because he didn't enter the Senate chamber, because there was no violence. But this is much lower than I anticipated. Anyway, guys, if I hear any more, I'll let you know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate or become a monthly supporter. Truly helps to keep the show going, and I appreciate it immensely. Thank you so much again. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.